reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness, LLC. We're back.
I have my favorite friend right here. I found out she's a star athlete, so she can toss stuff around. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm a graduate of the University of New Mexico in 1978, and I grew up in Arizona. I am the oldest of four, a father of 5 boys, and I have, 8 now grandkids. And November 28th, I turned 68 years old. I know y'all thought I was like 29 or something, but I may look good, but back's hurting. I'm sore. Oh, tell me about it. Amen. But I have a little message. I was going to get up here and say, well, I have nothing to say because I told everybody what I needed to say at the tables. but I really do. I want to start out and say this. There is one thing that I really want all the young athletes to take with them this evening, and that is what I call the theme of my talk. And I won't be long, but hopefully this will be very, very fruitful and educational for all of you to digest. I'm a parent. And I'm a parent of athletes, and I've had athletes that have been professional athletes, and I have a young man that quit high school after his freshman year, decided that it wasn't for him. Yep, I'm that dad. And I got another one that decided the streets was for him, and he turned it around, and he's a wonderful dad, 5 kids, and then I have a young man that doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, and he's 17, my last one. So I am truly a parent. And the reason I mention that is parents are here this evening. No greater support than a parent. Talking to you young men. There's no greater gift that you can have growing up playing athletics than having parents. Now, sometimes parents can't always be there, or both can't always be there to see you play. But the joy to have mentoring and educational support, family support, and the ability to be able to have the comfort of having someone that can go through this journey with you. So I reference what I want to call my theme as separating yourself from others is the number one thing. How are you going to do that? Well, if you separate yourself, you're going to do something special. You're going to do something different than everybody else has done. Too many times we want to be like and not be of. And be of what skills and what talents and what resources you have to be the best athlete. I went around and met, I hope I met everybody, all the athletes. And if I hadn't, I'm going to visit with you before you leave. Well, one thing I'm walking away with tonight, there's some really good quality young men in here. Everybody's not here, as I can see, but those who are here are really good representation. So I'm going to be real with separating yourself from others. And the other part of this talk is invest in yourself. See, you've already started doing that, investing in yourself. You all play for your schools. You've been playing for a very long time, and you play different sports. But you've invested in something that you probably have surprised yourself that you're able to be as good as you are, to be sitting here and to accomplish the things you've done. You probably realize, oh, I can do this. I'm excited. I want to continue to go on. And then you may not even wanted to do it. And if your mom's like my wife, she's kicking kids out on the field, on the court. She's getting her sons out of the place because she was an athlete too. My deal is, if you don't love it, you don't belong. And the reason I say that is because you can get hurt if you truly don't invest in what you do. So investing in yourself is a full gambit. It's not just going to practice and giving your all and then going to the classroom and giving 50%. Or separating athletics from your responsibilities of being that son, that brother, that teammate. See, when you invest in you, all the things you need to make you a better individual has to be in play. None of you will ever line up in a game blindfolded. Blindfolded, not the physical blindness, but the fact you didn't study. You didn't watch the film. You didn't really look at your opponent to see if you can conquer them. See, if you're looking at it as a video game, you'll never beat your opponent. But if you look at it like a surgeon operating on that attack, you can accomplish all the dreams you want. I've been going around to all the young men, and I've shared a couple of things with them, tried to keep from sharing my message. But the one thing I want you all to understand in this, yes, we can open up and just throw everything in us. But if we don't embrace this journey, then we won't be able to gain all that we need to gain out of this effort. You know what the reality of this is in athletics? We won't be able to do this forever. So what you invest in today is going to carry you on to further days ahead of you. It's going to formulate who you become. So you'll probably want to know a little bit about my story and why I share the things that I share. Athletics saved my life. Let me tell you what it saved me from. You all know this very well. You're in school. You have classmates. You have peers. Some of them, they're not serious. Some are serious. Some like to joke and tease. But I was that young man that grew up in the backyard playing with Army men. I was that young man that would never go outside and play with anybody else until the age of 12, when my dad for years kept saying, "Son, come and watch this game. Come and watch this game." And I would never go watch that game. And the first time I did, I was 12, the summer before my 8th grade year. And before I turned 13, I was turning 13 in my 8th grade year. And he said, "Come watch this game." I went and went to the room where he's watching TV, that old black and white TV. Y'all don't know about that, do you? A little old bitty thing like this. Y'all don't know about that, huh? You know about these big screens. But an old black and white TV where you couldn't tell what the color of their clothes were or what their eyes were. And the game that was on was the Dallas Cowboys playing the Los Angeles Rams. Little did I know that sometime years and years and years later, I would be playing for one of those teams and always beating the other one. Who knows what team I played for? Who said the Dallas Cowboys? Lord have mercy. And that's my cheerleader right there. Oh, my goodness. No, the Dallas Cowboys was who I used to play all the time. Love them. It was my best game. But I played for the Rams, the Bills, and the Packers. I had no idea that was my journey. My point in going there is to tell you this. Up until the age of 12, I stuttered. I was so embarrassed to be around my peers because when I would raise my hands to answer the question in class, I couldn't get the answer out. So I would go something like this. And so everybody would laugh. So, self-esteem is hurt. But what freed me from that was the time I invested in listening to my dad and having him invite me to watch that game. I had no idea what was in store. We go out for the youth football team, which in Arizona is entitled Pop Warner. It's Yaffle in New Mexico, Junior All-American in California, and I don't know what it is here for youth football. But anyway, it was Pop Warner. And I went out there, and the first time I hit the field, all these young 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds were like pros. And they were laughing, and they were confident, and they were excited. And I was that timid young man, afraid to even open my mouth. Why? Because I stuttered. But let me tell you how wonderful athletics is. The first time I went out, they had me at a skinny kid. I was skinny. They had me go to defensive end. Then they moved me to nose guard. Then they moved me to tight end. Then they moved me outside. And then all of a sudden, they moved me to quarterback. Oh, what does he have to do? He got to bark out signals. And the first time I went under center and I went, coach said, go ahead. Okay. Ready, set, go. And I stumbled and fumbled, and I said, coach said, do it again. I said, okay. Ready, set, go. Wow. Long story short, every time I walked on the field, walked on a diamond, walked on a basketball court, wherever it was, I was like everybody else. I was normal. I could do all the things everybody else could do. But the moment I walked off that field, off the court, off the diamond, I was back to, I had a decision to make. I stayed in athletics because it made me feel good. I found out something too. I was pretty good. And I found out something else. I didn't mind running all the time, 100%. And what I did is I invested everything in me. I went to high school. My first 2 years in high school were full of riots. I left that school, went to another school. I ended up being an All-American. I ended up having kids telling me, you'll never be anything over there at that school. Oh! And I just kept doing what I enjoyed doing. Never expecting tomorrow, just doing what I was doing that day. So what did I do? I invested 100% because I had something in me. And it went on to college. I was talking to a young man about obstacles. Every one of you are going to have obstacles in the way. You got some right now, trying to figure out what you're going to do later. If you're a senior in here, you want to go to school, you may have a scholarship here, but you may desire that. You got decisions to make. God bless you that you can make decisions. Because some of us can't do that. But it's a joy to be able to be in that position. Obstacles, I had a doctor tell me, high blood pressure in your family. You can't play in that all-star game. I go outside. I'm sad. My dad said, everything go okay? I said, no. He said, I shouldn't play. He didn't sign the paper. All I know is I like the Godfather movies because when my dad went in and he came out, it was all done. Played in the all-star game. But that's not the deal. I played in the all-star game and I was the MVP. What's such a thin line? I could have not played, but I ended up playing and being the most valuable player. I got a scholarship off that. I got a football offer off of that. And as I told a couple of young men, I was a baseball player. Went to the University of New Mexico, decided to go there because they were going to let me play baseball and football. Obstacles. Going so well, back in 1974 as a freshman, I became the first freshman in Western Athletic Conference to ever make the all-conference team. Wasn't done ever before, and it wasn't done 15 years after. I didn't know how huge that was. But I decided to go after football season to go play baseball. Guess what? I'm sitting at home in Christmas break, and all of a sudden the all-conference team comes on TV, all excited, family's happy. Everybody's jumping on me. My sister, she jumps on me too, but she's twice my size. Get up, I can't breathe. But everybody's happy. 3 days later, I get my grades. from UNM as a freshman, first semester.
Live and in concert, Jeffrey Smith. Billboard Magazine's #1 smooth jazz guitarist, Jeffrey Smith will be bringing his smooth jazz hit music to the New Year's Eve party like never before. It's all happening at the Skyline Entertainment Center, 4201 Skyline Avenue, El Paso, Texas, December 31st. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 9 p.m. sharp. Bubbling champagne, dinner, great DJ music, dynamic dance floor with good people like you and more to bring in 2024. Please don't miss out. To get your tickets for this grand affair, dial 915-241-6457. That's 915-241-6457. Or go to SkylineEntertainmentCenter.com. That's SkylineEntertainmentCenter.com. Check out the main event flyer for more contact information. Tickets are also available on Eventbrite. Jeffrey Smith, live, in concert, New Year's Eve party, Skyline Entertainment Center, El Paso, Texas. Experience Jeffrey Smith.
Anybody know what a 0.6 is? You're about to choke over here. I like to tell that story when I go to schools because kids say, "Oh, that's an F." I said, "No, it's an F plus." I did get a D out of there. But here's the deal. Obstacle, challenge. I either give in or I challenge it. I had coaches say, "Hey, if your dad's got $75, we can go to California and buy you 5 A's. You'll be good." Or if you did this or that. What's the realistic? Well, you got to go to school second semester from 7 to 9 in the evening. Every day in college, while your friends are partying, while everybody's doing this, I had to invest in me. See, I thought I was studying with headphones on, listening to Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, Stevie Nicks, Stevie anybody, and to do my work. Wasn't disciplined. I didn't truly invest 100% into me. When I decided to do that, at the end of the semester, I had the highest academic award from the athletic department at the University of New Mexico that had ever happened. And I never looked back after that because I overcame that obstacle and I learned the discipline I needed to succeed. I went on to lead the nation, become All-American my sophomore year. Did some wonderful things. But the only thing I ever knew was to go 100% because I was blessed to overcome stuttering. So I never had therapy. Never went to a doctor, never went to an institute. I just self-control my delivery. You can do that. The journey goes on to say that I had an opportunity to go to the NFL. I had no idea until my senior year. And I had been leading the nation for 3 years. I was the only wide receiver in the top 10 my senior year that was not drafted. Another obstacle, I thought I was in Las Cruces in a hotel, 12 guys, 3 from UTEP, 3 from Texas Tech, New Mexico State. 3 guys from New Mexico, did not get drafted. So I go downstairs, I started walking around and saying, "Oh gosh, what am I going to do?" Well, okay, I got my degree, I guess I'll go to high school and coach. Okay, I'll go back to the room, let's see what's happening. So I go back up there, wow, I'm ready to give up, quit. My agent says, "Hey, there's 8 teams that called for you, but we're going to LA to sign a contract." I said, "Okay." And we went. I signed a contract. I got cut. They liked me. They wanted me to come back. The first play in NFL against the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome, punt block team, third from the right side, go in, somebody else blocks it, the ball's coming down. For the first time in my hands, I freeze. I got pushed, shoved, kicked all the way down to the 2-yard line. If I had any sense, I would have done this, and the first play in the NFL for me would have been a touchdown. I look at that, and I look back where I come from. See, every one of you are going to have challenges. Every one of you are going to have obstacles in your way. You're going to have the challenges that you think only you are being entertained. But there have been several before you. Many of you young men are sitting in here with decisions you have to make. Don't make them hastily. Let me warn you, and I don't know if you know this, but you won't be able to do this for the rest of your life. What you want to do is use this gift you have to make you a better person. See, athletics is wonderful because it will mold you. It will design you in such a way where you become a competitor in life. It will give you the tools to be disciplined in what you do. It'll teach you how to work together with people. It'll teach you how to address differences and come to a common denominator. It'll teach you how to be a mentor, a leader, a supporter. There's so many characteristics that athletics can give you. Not one sport. Gentlemen, if you truly want to do this, you now need to take it in your own hands. Because no longer is it the way it used to be. With the NIL, the portal, and all these other things that's going on in college sports, we're in big trouble. You know why? Because they're pushing out a lot of athletes that they think are unattractive. But they don't realize that one day, the school that pushed you away, they're not going to realize you're probably going to be the president of that university one day, or the professor, or the athletic director. You can use athletics to go on a journey that you never realized. You know, the NFL wants to broaden itself out throughout the world. There's opportunities, but it's time to invest in ourselves. We've been having fun. We've been enjoying it. But now it's time to look in that mirror and say, where can athletics truly take me? Some of you have opportunities this evening to go on to schools. Maybe you're being entertained by folks. But listen to this. You truly want to go on the journey that you desire. No longer do you want to be the doormat of someone who can turn you over and flip you back and say, yeah, well, okay, we got the kid we wanted. Thank you. I'm glad you reached out to us. Or waiting on a school to contact you. Recruiting is not what it used to be. So here's the joy that you want to have, that you're in control of your journey. What does that mean? Do I have to take over the steering wheel? Do I have to drive the car? You just have to be you.
Hey everybody, welcome to season 2 of Breaking the Music. My name is DJ Lady Dubois. I will be your host for this season. I hope you guys will join us because on this show we will have artists, musicians, DJs, bands on this platform that will be able to perform for you guys. If you're looking for something that's going to take your interest, if you want to know about the music industry, come on, tune on in. Come on down here for a live studio audience. We have everything. We'll see you soon.
It's time to invest in you. Invest 100% in the energies you have to play ball. Some of you may have the opportunity to play in an all-star game. It could be the last game you play. But boy, wouldn't it be a joy? Because today, I reflect back on my career. I don't think about the NFL. I think about high school. I became a wide receiver by being smart. When I transferred my junior year to enter my junior year at this new school, the first day of practice, you guys will know this. The first day of practice in the summer, getting ready for summer training, we go out. It's in the evening in Arizona because it's hot during the day. And I'm a quarterback, transferred from another high school. And I'm probably the second or third guy that's going to go up because I'm the new kid, right? And this young man, he ended up playing quarterback for UTEP back then. He was my quarterback, Oscar Ramirez. And he was the first guy to take the ball and go up on the center and drop back. I seen him drop back. This is the first practice of the summer. I seen him drop back and throw the ball. I did this. Maybe I'll go play wide receiver. because I realized, not selfishly, how I was going to benefit from that challenge, that obstacle. See, sometimes you have to think out of the box instead of selfishly thinking of yourself. Because the greatest gifts that you might possess might be those that when you decide the smart move is this. See, sometimes we can keep beating our heads against that wall, but that wall will never give. It might be smart to just, and walk through that door. Sometimes we got to be smart about how we use the athletic journey we have. I made that move with the wide receiver, never looked back. Never even thought about looking back. And it turned out to be a wonderful blessing. Being one of the top receivers coming out of college, I was hoping to play in the pros. They didn't draft me. I could have gave up, but I went out as a free agent. Got cut, did all those things. Professional sports was wonderful. But here's the great thing about it. I'm never going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. I was never all pro. I never been to a Pro Bowl. But folks remember me today when I go speak. Played in a Super Bowl, had a wonderful game. Folks always remember that. Except for those Cowboy fans, because they always say, but you lost that Super Bowl. Yeah, you would have lost to them Steelers too, because they were good. It was a joy to be a part of that. What I got from that journey was, as I was sharing with the young lady here, was the opportunity to coach young people, to instill in those the disciplines I had. I may have told a couple of you this, but I don't know anything athletically less than 100%. And you know why? I wanted to find out how good I really was. Because you can go 75%, 80% in practice, and then think you can survive in the game. But I don't know the game at 80%, 70%, 60%, taking time off. I have friends that don't like me today because we ran extra sprints. I was at the University of New Mexico one day and at practice, and we ran sprints. We used to run 12 sprints after practice, and I'm not the fastest guy, but I'm always working on my speed, right? So all of a sudden we run sprints. I'm the first one across the line. Come back, first one. Go back, first one. Coach stops everything and says, hey, if Preston Denard is beating you guys on these sprints, we're going to keep running until he's not. And you know, what do our teammates do, guys? Oh, man, come on. Come on, man. Oh, kick your ass, yeah. Oh, they were huffing and puffing. And you know what I did? Kept going. Because I'm investing in, I want to be good at sprints and running. They still tease me today. My good friend Ronnie Wallace says, hey, we still don't like you. And that's fine, but we're dear friends, because what I did is I instilled a discipline in my teammates, because they can always talk about that. Preston, you never slow down. I was afraid to. I had a wonderful gift given to me by having stuttering take away. By not being drafted, I overcame that. And all the great things in the world were wonderful. So I want to share this last part with you. Sometimes we can feel ourselves, much more of ourselves than who we really are. But I'm glad that I listened to a dear friend of mine. Because after my first year in NFL, or actually, take that back, second year in NFL, we went to the Super Bowl. And I started my second year, and that was wow. Because what I want to share with you is be prepared. Because all this stuff you're asking for, one day, boom, it's going to be in your lap. How are you going to handle that? Could be athletics, could be a school choice, it could be whatever. But when the opportunity is presented to you, will you be ready to embrace it? And here's what happened to me. My second year, I'm the 6th receiver on the Los Angeles Rams football team. Number 6. That means they got 2 guys starting. They got another 2. And then I'm down at the bottom on the last group. The 2 starters after the first game of the season got hurt. So I'm number 6. You think 3, 4, and 5 are going to be up there playing. And the coach comes to me and says, Preston, you're starting next week. Oh, really? Yes. I didn't have to change. I didn't have to do anything different. I just kept going 100%. I kept competing. I kept being disciplined. And I had the opportunity to be on the biggest show of all. And when it was time to play those Cowboys, ooh, it was always a great game. I want to end it by this. Yes, you want to be prepared for your opportunity. Because if you're not, you will lose that chance to show who you're all about. It could be in front of that CEO who wants to hire you. It could be for that superintendent who wants you in the school district to be an administrator or a coach. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're not prepared, you're going to miss a great opportunity for folks to really know who you are. See, separating yourself and investing in yourself is the entire journey. So I ended with this. When I retired from the NFL, I was wondering what I was going to do. The problem was I could do so much. I've said this to one young man tonight. Experience trying new things. Find out what you're about. Find out the loves that you have. There's something in each and every one of us that we have not unearthed to find out the beauty of a gift we have within each one of us. See, somebody's a great writer in here. Somebody's a great musician. Somebody is a great mentor, leader. Somebody's great with youth. Somebody is whatever it is you have in you that you don't know. See, I had no idea from stuttering that I would be the one that would go out. After my second year in the league in the Super Bowl, going to an event, a friend of mine, Reggie Doss, defensive lineman, we're going to speak, and all of a sudden, we pull off. He picks me up. We pull off. He gets down to the light, and he says, hey, where's your Super Bowl ring? I said, it's at home in the case. He turns around and goes back to the house. He said, go get it. I said, why? He says, Preston, we're going somewhere where nobody has ever seen a ring, where a young person is going to look at it, and they're going to open their eyes big, and you won't be able to share that wonderful gift. I went in and got it. I've been wearing it ever since. I only wear it events like this. I do a lot of work in schools. I never wear my ring. But what you have done and carved out in your life will follow you from wherever you go. A small example is this, and I'll leave you with this. The work that I do, I travel all over the Southwest. I do athletic surfaces. Sometimes I get to speak. But I went to West Texas A&M one day, went up and met with the AD for about 45 minutes. No ring. I go back down to my car. I get in. I'll do it this way. I sit in. I'm in my car. Here's my window. And I hear this. And I looked and I said, oh, Michael, how are you? He says, are you the Preston Denard that played for the Rams? I said, yeah, well, yeah. He says, oh my gosh, you didn't say anything. He says, well, you didn't have to, because I know your career. I know this. I know what you're all about. He says, you know, and you were a darn good athlete. He said, but I hate when you beat my Cowboys. But the point about that is this. Who you are, what you are, will always follow you. The impression you leave on others will always follow you. What you say and what you do will always follow you. How you live and how you treat others will always follow you. So who's the one person you got to be true to? Is every time you look in that mirror, that's who you have to be true to. See, there's a bunch of lies in the world. There's a bunch of pretenders in the world. But if you don't invest in yourself to be able to separate yourself from others, you lose the real game. I hope every one of you get the opportunity to continue to play somewhere. But if not, realize this. I had to stop one day too. Thank God I got 8 years in. But you know what? That 9th year I didn't get, I wasn't ready. And that's the true calling of my career. Invest so much in it, and the one time you slack up is what's not true to character. So if there's anything that I said this evening for either one of you, any one of you, I hope you remember this. The greatest gift you can give yourself is what you invest in you. Being the best student. Being the best student you could possibly be. Why not find out how good you really are at something? Why not unearth that interest you have, that scratch, that itch that you might have about something? You know, too many times we put fears on ourselves because we're afraid to try. I was that way in the very beginning until I realized it only took athletics to take stuttering away from me. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody now because I have a joy of a gift that God gave me. I had no idea. I didn't want to go speak. And ever since I took that ring and I went with Reggie and we went and spoke that first time, I kept getting phone calls. And I kept having a message. And I kept wanting to share. And I still to this day, it's a great opportunity for me to exercise what I've given in athletics. See, I've given more than I've taken, but the beauty is to share that gift. If you're selfish about your gift, you won't be able to bless others. That could be a teammate. And boy, there's some stories. So with that said, if you truly desire to be the best you, you'll invest all the things that can take you to that next level. Talented people in here. But sometimes doors close. Are you the person to step back and say, how am I going to open that door? Or are you going to turn your back and say, I can never go through that door again? I wanted to coach college. Some doors closed. I did get to coach. And then I made the decision, I want to train young people. Can't do that coaching in college. So I do, every Saturday in Albuquerque. Whoever shows up at Paradise Hills Park, I'm coaching them. Doesn't matter who they are. Linebackers, receivers, quarterbacks, all that. It's that investment in others. That's what Preston Denard's all about. And I hope that what little bit I've shared this evening gives you the energy and the drive to find out more about you. Because your best is still yet to come. That makes sense to you guys? And then finally to the parents. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my dad and my mom supporting me, I would have never known how to deal with the challenges. It's a great feeling to be supported. A great feeling to be supported. And it's a great feeling to have that young person you see grow up and see the disciplines that athletics has given them. So with that said, I wish every one of you the best in your journeys. I hope you can continue to chase the athletics that you're in. And should this be, if you're in the All-Star game or you played your last playoff game or you played your last regular season and you've made the decision to move on, the game just changes, not the dynamics. And you still can be MVP of what you do. Invest in yourself, which will allow you to separate yourself from others. Amen? All right. Thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. And I look forward to hearing some great things about you guys. Thank you very much.
So let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the BSR high school defensive lineman end of the year for 2023. So the finalists were, let me start by saying this. I'm going to butcher some names. And I'm sorry. Don't take it personal. My tongue just don't roll, y'all. It just does not roll. I'm sorry. So Rafael Jaquez, the senior from Pebble Hills High School. Donovan Hunter, senior from Horizon High School. Jonathan Hernandez, a junior from Eastwood High School. Stephen Gutierrez, junior from Americas High School. And Manuel Charez, a senior from El Paso High School. So the winner for 2023 Defensive Lineman of the Year goes to Rafael Jaquez. Come on up. Everybody always asks us, so how do you guys decide who the nominees are and who wins? It comes down to a bunch of different things. Production matters. I tell this all the time. People play the schedule that they have. And everybody wants to leverage whether a kid's 5A, 6A, 4A. For us, it doesn't matter. It's, can you get on the field and play? And this young man balled out. We watched a lot of football. I watched a lot of games. And so this is for you. Congratulations on your year this year. Looking forward for some big things out of you, young man. Thank you. You want to say something? Oh, there we go. There you go.
Just want to say thank you to my parents, my community. This wonderful district, whether it's 5A, 6A, or 4A. It's a great city. There's a lot of great competition around here. And just great. Thankful for this. Thankful for everybody. Just thank you guys.
Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, sir. So next up, I have the high school defensive back of the year for 2023. I'm going to tell you guys, we had some DBs that balled out this year. There were some kids, some young men who, if people had actually thrown their way, their numbers would have been a whole lot higher. And so that's a testament to them shutting down whatever side of the field they were on. So we got Anthony Miranda, the junior, senior out of Americas High School. Dominic Soto, a junior from Eastlake High School. DeAndre Jackson, senior from Isleta High School. Christopher Davis, a senior from Bel Air High School. And Nathan Mendez, a senior from Eastwood High School. Defensive back goes to DeAndre Jackson, the senior from Isleta High School. I don't think the young man is here, so I'll take his trophy for him. Tell him to call me. So next up, we have BSR High School Linebacker of the Year of 2023. Again, one of the things I will say about El Paso is this. We're going to produce some linebackers and some running backs and some wide receivers that can catch the ball and some quarterbacks that can sling it. That is for sure. It's time for the rest of this, not only the state, but the rest of the country to start realizing that. There are definitely some linebackers that come out of here that can play anywhere, and these young men definitely lived up to that. And this was probably, I will say by far, the toughest decision we had to make for these awards. I'm not going to even joke. It was that close. So you got Juan Gomez. Gee whiz. Juan Gomez, a senior from Parkland High School. David Martinez, a junior out of El Dorado High School. Dorian Jarmillo. I think it's Harmillo. See, I can't roll it. It won't roll. It won't even roll. Come close to rolling. The junior from Pebble Hills High School. Eric Gonzalez, a senior from Mountain View High School. Jose Hoguin, the junior from Franklin High School. The winner was Juan Gomez, the senior from Parkland High School. And it was close. It really was close. Again, the young man is not here, so we'll hold on to that one for them. Next is the BSR High School wide receiver of the year from 2023. The finalists were Jude Blanco, the senior from Hanks High School, Rudy Garcia, senior from Eastwood High School, Mark McKeeby, senior from Bel Air High School, Diego Oaxaca, the senior from Montwood, and Carlos Rojas III, a freshman from Riverside. This was the second toughest one for us. The winner was Jude Blanco, a senior from Hanks High School. Come on up, come on up. This young man had a phenomenal year. He got out to a quick start and just kept the pedal to the metal. Congratulations. This is for you. Yes, sir. Congratulations. The floor is yours.
I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming out. Very grateful to get this, and just want to thank my parents, of course, my mom for coming out, and just thank everyone. Thank you.
So next up is running back of the year. So we had Caleb Hanna, a senior from Burgess High School, No Ramirez, a senior from Riverside High School, Ruben Bustillo, I just killed it, I know. Ruben Bustillo, the senior from Austin High School, Maximus Masila, I killed it. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Masia, so just don't even look at the L's, right? Just know the Masia, the senior from Eastwood High School, and Zarian Quarles, the junior from Pebble Hills High School. The winner was No Ramirez, the senior from Riverside High School. So these last four awards, we have the quarterback of the year for 2023. When I tell you these young men balled out, the quarterbacks put on a show. If I'm still trying to figure out to this day why colleges aren't beating down the door to get quarterbacks out here. I look across the landscape and it's not even close. These young men can play anywhere in the country if they're given the opportunity. So we have No Morena, the senior from Bel Air High School, Evan Manjares, the senior from Eastwood High School, Michael Southern, the senior from Montwood High School, Jake Fetty, the sophomore from Del Valle High School, and Matthew Solar, the junior from Mountain View. Quarterback of the year goes to Evan Manjares, the senior from Eastwood High School. This young man balled out. He balled out. He know he balled out, right? Congratulations. Floor is yours.
All right, well, first off, I'd like to thank my parents. They couldn't be here with me tonight. They had work or whatever. I'd like to thank all my teammates, Max, Rudy, I think that's it. But, I'd like to thank Coach Lopez as well. I wouldn't be anywhere without my coach. Yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations. You want to go that way? You want to go that way? You might fall off over here. So that's going to close out the individual awards. These last three, well, not technically. So these last three are the Player of the Year, Team of the Year, and Coach of the Year. So we're going to start with the BSR High School Football Team of the Year. There was a lot of great teams that played this year. A lot of great teams. A lot of teams did really, really well. The finalists were Eastwood High School, Del Valle High School, Riverside High School, Canutillo High School, and So now y'all gonna hear this last one and be like, huh? Da Vinci High School. Why is Da Vinci High School? It's a 6-man team in this. This was their first year. They won state their first year in 6-man football. But the BSR goes to Eastwood High School. Somebody, anybody. Coach, you don't want to come up here with them? Come on up, Coach. I think at the end of the day, we all understand the importance of having a good coach. So we're going to present this to you guys. Who wants to talk? Do you want to coach?
I mean, first off, I want to thank you, Coach Lopez, because it is a team award. I want to thank the guys that can't be here tonight. Of course, you too. And I want to thank God because it's not possible without him. All of us stayed safe and healthy all year. And, yeah, I want to thank the coaching staff, the staff at school, Ms. Torres, everybody. And, yeah, just thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So next up, we have the BSR High School Football Player of the Year. So we have the finalists were Jude Blanco, the senior from Hanks, No Marino, the senior quarterback from Bel Air High School, Evan Menjadas, the senior quarterback from Eastwood High School, Craig Wydra, the senior offensive lineman from Andrews High School, and Jeremiah Knox, the senior quarterback from King and Teal High School. The 2023 BSR High School Football Player of the Year goes to Evan Menjadas. I told you balled out. There you go.
Okay. All right. Shoot. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave off where Max said. I would like to thank God because, obviously I wouldn't be here without God for real. I mean, I'd like to thank everyone in my life supporting me. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, that's it.
Congratulations. You just left me hanging. Okay. Final award of the evening is BSR High School Football Coach of the Year. This could be a touchy subject for a lot of people, but for us it was really easy. We were looking across the landscape and seeing what coaches made the biggest impact, not only their programs, but on the area that they're in and their teams. So the finalists were Julio Lopez, the head coach for Eastwood High School, Rudy Contreras, head coach from Del Valle High School, Mark Torres, head coach Pebble Hills High School, Gary Recorder, head coach Riverside High School, Scott Brooks, head coach for King and Teal High School, Andres Vale, head coach from Bowie High School, and Steve Gonzalez, head coach from Da Vinci High School. BSR High School Football Coach of the Year for 2023 goes to Julio Lopez. Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations.
Really quick, I just want to thank my wife. If you ever go to an Eastwood game, a Thursday night, anything like this, she's always by my side with 3 kids usually that she's lugging around. So, love you, baby. Thank you. To me, Coach of the Year, to be honest, is just an accumulation of a lot of great people that make up a program. So you heard Max talk. That's one of the most unselfish people I've ever been around. Obviously, we have a lot of great athletes between Rudy, Evan, a lot that aren't here that make up Eastwood High School. But to me, a Coach of the Year is just a program award. So it comes down to, again, the players, buy-in, administration. So it might have my name at the end of it, but to be honest, it just honors a great year that the program had. And we just have a lot of great people at Eastwood High School, and we're grateful as a family to be able to, again, hard to believe we're going on our 10th year, well, wrapped up our 9th year, but it's just been a lot of great memories, a lot of great people that we've had the luxury to be around. So this is really for everybody. And I do want to give a shout out to our big boys because, you know, I think especially at Eastwood, our big boys don't get enough credit. And our big boys this year produced a 3,000-yard rushing year and a 3,300-yard passing year somewhere in there. And I think, you know, again, they're the most unheralded group out of any group. And I would just be remiss if I didn't mention those 5 offensive linemen that really paced the way for us. So, again, we're just very lucky to be surrounded by a lot of great people. And, you know, we love Eastwood and where we're at right now. So thank you for the honor.
Well, folks, this concludes the 2023 BSR High School Football Awards Banquet. Thank you all for coming out, taking the time, and spending this evening with us. Like I said, if your name was on any of these lists, you're one of the top players in this city. Not everybody can get a trophy, but you're one of the top players in the city, and that's how you need to look at yourself and how you need to walk. Use this for motivation, and be safe out there. I know some of you got to go all the way to they act like the east side is like a whole nother state. But no, be safe going out there.